We're on day 2 of the Fair Parent Mini Challenge, which is letter A of FAIR. And before we dive into that, I just wanted to mention that yesterday we focused on the fears and frustrations in parenting and the importance of having a calm nervous system. So I want you to comment below on how the gentle spine twist Vegas exercise went. Was it hard? Easy? You didn't do it? Did you notice anything within you if you did? Just be curious. And that's just a reminder, that was this one here, where we inhale through the nose to the left, exhale through the nose to the right. Amazing. All right, I'll just allow you to do that, and I'll keep going. So today, again, we're on letter A, and A stands for attachment, acknowledgement, and a sensation of awe. But before we dive in, let's do another grounding and vagus nerve exercise, the sigh breath. So I'm going to teach you the sigh breath, and you may have heard of this before. Dr. Andrew Huberman talks about it a lot. The sigh breath is a really beautiful, simple technique. So what we're going to do is we're going to be inhaling through the nose, and then we're going to be inhaling an extra sip, and then we're going to be doing a nice big sigh on the exhale. This is one that we're going to be exhaling through the mouth, actually, which is unusual, but this one is a mouth one. Hi, Paula, I see you. So let's inhale again. We're going to do this 3 times in total. We're going to inhale, and an extra sip, and feel yourself grounding into that. We're going to do it again, and one more time. And feel those shoulders drop as you're exhaling. Fantastic. All right. So now that we're ready to learn, I'm going to turn around and let my dog out the door because she's scratching. So give me 1 second. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. So now that we're ready to learn, we cannot be a fair parent if we don't discuss what the foundation to parenting unconditionally confident kids is. Bottom line, attachment. Dr. Dan Siegel, who is an expert in parenting and attachment, he summarizes what a child needs from us to thrive. And it's called having a secure attachment. And he shares 3 major components of helping our children develop a secure attachment with us. They are to feel seen, soothed or comforted, and safe. And when we provide our children with those 3 things, they develop a secure attachment to us, and in turn internalize a state of calm and ultimately confidence. So today we're going to focus on 2 ways to help our children feel seen, specifically seen: acknowledgement and awe. Now for many of us, we were raised to be seen, not heard. Sound familiar? That is not the seen that we are referring to here today. Seeing our children means acknowledging them both through words and through our nonverbal energy. So why both words and nonverbal energy? Because research shows that words themselves only convey 7% of what we're trying to say. 38% of communication comes from tone of voice, which I will be talking about in future days of the challenge, and 55% comes from body language. So how do we help our children feel seen? Well, let's start with the verbal piece, acknowledgement through words. So imagine this. Your child walks by, maybe they're just going to get something, and then you just simply say their name. So in my case, I would say, Talina, you're amazing. Now, depending on their age, they may laugh and roll their eyes at you thinking you've lost your mind. Or if they're little, they may soak it all up. Either way, it's about you practicing to acknowledge them randomly for no reason. Now, I remember Talina asking, why are you saying that? I didn't do anything. And she's only about 8 or 10 years old at the time, which, to be honest, broke my heart. And you'll understand why in a minute. But the answer to her was simple. Talina, because you're amazing. So what are some words right now you can think of to say to your children? Kind words, please. Okay. I want you to enter them in the comments below. Maybe you'll say, wonderful. You know what, Talina, you're wonderful. Or maybe the word awesome is a lovely word. Or how about the word lovely itself? Something like you're fabulous could also be a wonderful way to acknowledge them. Now you might say to me, but I always tell my kids how amazing they are when they get good grades or create, a great piece of art, practice piano. Doesn't that matter? Of course that matters. It definitely matters. And that's all good. But what they quickly learn is that they're only amazing when they do something. So they learn that they aren't worthy unless they are performing at some level. That's why when Talina said, but I didn't do anything, I realized I was guilty of only acknowledging her when she did something. If they're only seen when they're doing well, their confidence as human beings just showing up in this world is undermined. So unless I'm doing, I'm not much, is how they think. Or the more common statement that we hear is, unless I'm doing, I'm not enough. So we live in a world where doing gets us awards, yet being is considered lazy. And I'm telling you right here, right now, it's okay to just be. The energy we bring to the world when we are at peace and just being is often, honestly, much more powerful than the energy that we bring when we're constantly doing. Remember the research, 5% of our communication is body language. So when our body is constantly in a state of doing, there's not much energy left to communicate kindness and awe with our children. All they get is a parent who is exhausted and constantly telling them what to do. Being seen, honestly, is just missing. Now, I recognize that there is a lot to get done. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm not asking you to pack your bags and move to a remote area in the Himalayas and pretend there's nothing to do. What I am asking you to do is pause every once in a while for a minute or 2 to see your child, truly see them. Because without it, our children are left feeling anxious, alone, and believing that they themselves are not enough. So how do we help our children feel seen? Well, verbally acknowledge them. Like I said, you're amazing, you're awesome. Just be random about it throughout the day. Now I want you to try this at least once between now and tomorrow's live. And that's going to be the challenge for today. Right? But if you're interested in up-leveling it a little bit and also trying to see them non-verbally, I invite you to consider bringing an energy of awe to the table. And you can literally bring it to the table, like the dinner table. So when they're having dinner, pause for a moment and see if you can be in awe of them right then. The fact that they exist in front of you. The energy of awe is a beautiful one. It's a state of fascination. Now, to remind you of what awe feels like, because we're always so busy, I want you to just take a moment right now and imagine a time when you felt in awe of or fascinated by something or someone. Maybe it was a gorgeous sunset. Maybe when your child smiled at you for the first time as an infant. Let's pause right now and remember the feeling. It's beautiful, isn't it? That is what being is. So that is the feeling I invite you to bring to your children randomly. In spite of all the homework waiting to be done or how much TV they've been watching, they are worthy of being seen. They are worthy of being told they're amazing. They are worthy of sensing your fascinated energy. And it may feel uncomfortable, I should say, and even wrong to start. Like it'll feel really, like this is weird. But that makes sense. Anything new at first feels a bit odd. It may also be activating something within you. Some part of you that missed out on receiving this type of acknowledgement. So with self-compassion, maybe a Vegas fine twist or a sigh breath, I want you to try to acknowledge your child the way they deserve to be seen. The way you also deserved to be seen. Now again, I do know that doing anything uncomfortable and unfamiliar is challenging, which is why we're here, but it also helps to really know the why, like really bring it home. So when we practice acknowledging them, they will start to know and feel that they are worthy because they exist, not because of their grades or how far they hit the ball. We praise accomplishments way too much, and their identity becomes wrapped in how well they do. This can, and it often does, honestly lead to unhealthy habits, right? Like trying to be perfect all the time, which can then turn into anxiety and even depression. So listen, I get it. We come by acknowledging accomplishments only very naturally. Society ensures it, to be honest. So we need to take that pause and practice some self-compassion as you begin to practice this new way of seeing your children. So again, your challenge between now and tomorrow's live is to randomly acknowledge your child so they can internalize how amazing they are. And over time, develop a calm and secure sense of confidence. So comment yes below if you commit to try acknowledging your child today at least once. And tag a friend who you feel would benefit from this conversation as well. See you tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. right here for letter I of the Fair Parent Challenge. I is for interest. See you then.